Since Abenomics was announced, the Japanese economy has had a bazooka burst of monetary stimulus and pledges for more government spending. But now, the focus has shifted to the so-called third arrow of Abenomics, structural reforms. While the fiscal and monetary stimulus is designed to give a short to mid-term boost to the economy, the third arrow is aimed at keeping the momentum going for long into the future. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has unrolled a long list of proposals affecting nearly every area of an economy notorious for its regulations: the labor market, medicine, farming, infrastructure, corporate governance, you name it. The idea is to create reforms that trigger higher levels of domestic private investment. Exports of infrastructure, for example, are supposed to triple by 2020. The overall objective is to achieve pre-2008 levels of private investment. The government is also inviting foreign investors to get in on the act by setting up special zones. The idea is to turn certain cities into international business hubs by cutting lots of red tape there. Clearly, this third and final chapter of Abenomics is the most challenging one. But is Japan ready for it? Can the vested interests, like the farmers, be convinced that structural reform is really in everybody's best interest? Foreign businesses, meanwhile, are generally impressed. That's according to Dan Harada, who says he's the only Western face among the nearly 1 million members of Abe's Liberal Democratic Party.
Abe-san has been very good so far as projecting an image. It's only cosmetics, but it's really what counts.
The reforms, in combination with the Trans-Pacific Partnership, a proposed FTA, could one day give overseas businesses almost unfettered access to Japan's markets.
Clearly, if we are part of TPP, and I'm not speculating whether we shall or not shall, but if we are, it is going to change. It's going to make business much, much easier for foreign companies to come here, to invest, to recruit, in the medical area, to shorten the life it takes when you have a product which is already in 60 different markets, and the people here at Kosei are blocking it for all kinds of reasons because they have to redo the human trials and all that. That definitely is going to make life easier.
In human resources, the government wants to promote practices that are taken for granted in most other countries, but nearly non-existent here. That includes job hopping.
Right now, if you move from one company to another one, you lose practically anything. And I'm not meaning only money-wise. You do not have your background. You've been doing this, that, and the other thing, or what you have in written form comes from your former employer, who doesn't necessarily want to show your good sign, because that makes him not good, so good. So they want to have a sort of panel of, call it arbitration, independent people who would appraise the qualities or qualification of the people who, not fired, who is moved.
One thing required for carrying out the growth strategies will be political stability, a quality that has long been lacking in Japan, which has seen 6 prime ministers in the last 6 years. This time, however, things are different. Abe's LDP-led coalition controls both houses of the Diet. Past efforts at structural reform by past prime ministers have tended to fizzle. So what's going to happen this time? One thing is clear: nothing short than a full-out commitment by the government will be needed if even just some of the measures are to be implemented. Thank you for watching Business in Japan TV.